Good morning, Engineering College. It's Mr. Martis with the latest on spreadsheets. All right, today we're going to do some more graphing. All right, last week we did pie graphs. Pie graphs are very effective when you've got a limited amount of data and you just want to show the proportion to each other. Like you've got 6 different color cars and 90 cars. That you got to, that's a finite amount of information and you just want to show proportions. Okay. Sometimes you're dealing with numbers that just don't fit when you want to show the magnitude um, of just higher numbers. All right. So for this, I'm going to take this in stages and I'm going to ask you to follow along by doing what I say, then come and pause in the video, then coming back to me. All right. I want you all to find a top 10 list. In this top 10 list, it can be anything your imagination comes up with. It can be video game sales for the top 10 team or top 10 games. Um, it can be top 10 movies of all time and put it in dollars. Um, it can be something sports related. It can be anything you want. I just want something quantified, the top 10. All right. What I've used here is the top 10 programs in college basketball history. These are the 10 teams that's won more games in the history of their college than anybody else. All right. Hit pause and go out and research it. Should take you 5 to 10 minutes to find some top 10. Top 10. Mr. Claney, when he goes around to check, can tell if numbers are just made up. So just Google something of interest to you, and do a top 10 list. All right. Hopefully you found that and you've got it written in the format I've got here. If not, stop the video again and put it in this kind of format. All right, we're ready to graph the data. You need a title over top of your data. All right, I just put wins, something simple in mine. All right, just like last week, we're going to highlight the information. All right, we're going to go to insert. We're going to go down to chart. And boom, look, Google Sheets, which I don't give you all a bad impression of Google Sheets, um, some of the stuff I say, but in this case, I really like how it picks out the graph that you should be using. This knew that the most effective graph would be the bar chart. All right, so there you are. This you could put this in a document right now. You could put this in your report for YLPs. This would be fine. Let's make it look a little bit better though. All right, let's go up here. I'm gonna left click on wins versus. I don't know where this versus comes from. That's kind of odd way to say it, but let's change this title. I'm gonna left click on it once, left click on it again. Now you see that it's editable, not edible. Edible means you can eat it, which is kind of stupid. Editable. All right, so let's put this wins. I meant call this winningest winningest men's basketball programs all time. Okay. Okay, that's a little more descriptive. If you drop this in your YLP report or any other report that you might have, this is a lot more descriptive. All right, I like that. Next thing, let's go inside the graph. All right, I just left clicked it and you see how it's highlighted around here. All right, now I want to right click and this little box will come up and I'm just going to go down, scroll down, pick series. All right, then I'm going to scroll over to wins. All right, now this gives us a lot of ways of formatting this data that we can use. All right, there's no way on these videos I could go into everything that this does. All right, so on this one, for one thing I want to do is I want to hit data labels. All right, what that'll do is that gives me data labels for each one of these graphs. which I need because look, when you're estimating between 1500 and 2500, it's just a guess. Now you can have some accuracy. So somebody looking at your data will be able to see that. All right. I don't like this light blue. That's kind of hard to see. So all I do is scroll down just a little bit more. All right. And I'm going to go to text color and I'm going to hit black. All right. This looks a little more professional. All right. There's my graph. And I've got a nice title up at the top and I got my data's labeled. The only thing I don't like is I don't like all these bars being blue. It's like it's all the same team, even though the user can look down here and see, it's 10 different teams. I just don't like the looks of it. All right. I'm going to left click again on the graph. All right. Now I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to series again. And again, I'm going to wins. All right. I go inside the box. All right. And look what I'm doing here. I get that like X or like a cross or something like that right there. Okay. I'm going to go on this data right here. All right. I'm going to, I always struggle with this. Okay. I had to left click it twice. You play with this. It might, now if you look, the difference is, look, I'm even off this now. The first 9 don't have this light blue line on the outside. So now whatever I do is only going to affect this, the last one. I'm going to go to autofill, and I'm just going to make it this color here. All right. I'm going to go back in the box again, left. All right. I'm going to click on the next one. I'm going to go to autofill, and I'm going to make this one red. The next one. All right. I right clicked it. Okay. I'm going to make this one orange. I don't know why this is acting up. Okay, you have to get the cross on there. Okay. Just play with it, guys. I mean, I'm struggling a little bit with getting this. Once you get this little line around it, you can see none of the rest of it. Then you can go over here to auto and then change the color. Okay, I got that one by left clicking it. Going over to auto and make it green. Yep, just going over and left clicking it, auto, make it light blue. Left clicking it, going over to auto, make it purple. Left click. And I need to do some color with this one here. So left click. Let's just make this one gray. All right. That's it. That's all that I'm going to do this graph. I think it looks good. It's colorful. It's distinct. All right. It's got all the data on it. It's a bar graph. And this is what you'll turn into Mr. Claney. All right. Research your top 10, make a bar graph out of it, and then add the data labels, then change the color to each one of these. Do any color that you want to do in any order you want. Just make them 10 distinct colors. This would look really good on a YLP. All right, guys, that's all for this week. I think it should be fairly quick. All right, especially if you're like my friend Austin Brinker and hate spreadsheets. This will work great. All right. Guys, have a good week, and I will talk to you on video next week.